I call this a thinking tool. What is it?
A thinking tool.
You must make some of these things for yourself. I made this one myself. A thinking tool. It's a spear. And if you sleep, you may find this on your head. So don't sleep on me. Now let's go together nicely so that you can, I will not throw it on you. There are 3 empty spaces that I want you to look at. When you are processing ideas, now, you guys, I'm going to take you into a philosophy class, into a software upgrade. So fasten up your seatbelts. You're going to hear this, some of you, only once, and you may never hear it again. And you may not have the privilege of going to the universities I went to, or speaking to the ancestors that I speak to. So be patient. Let's go together. Space number 1, space number 2, space number 3. These spaces for me represent time. They represent?
Time.
Time.
Timeless.
Number 1, we have time that we may term, for the purpose of this evening only, time we may term as past time, which is past tense, which is history, which are archives. Information stored in the traditions and the culture and the annex of our historical past. What is the essence of our archaeological knowledge? Embedded in us, in our DNA. Because when a man holds his testicle, he is holding the library of the ancestors, where the entire past is trapped to be connected into the future. Tomabamba masende, ubamba omkhulu. Namadlozi akini. Do not play with your ancestors. Don't play with your surname. You are the library that keeps these waiting to manifest. You cannot make that as entertainment. It is life. That is the past. Number 2, it is the present tense. This is where we are now. What are you doing in the now? With what you have understood, entrapped, entrenched, encoded in your DNA. What are you doing with it in the present? Remember your anatomy. Remember your interests. Remember your skills. Remember your intelligence. Remember your disposition. Even some of your attitudes and altitudes are already integrally intertwined in your presence today. You are not yourself. You are a programmed historical knowledge system that is present and looking at me today. What you are is what your entire generation was in the past. You wonder why some of you are talented in music, some of you are talented in talking, some of you are polygamous, some of you are drunkards, some of you are what? Hey, wait, don't hurry me. Some of these things are not by choice. Some of these things have integrally been passed on from generation to generation until one person wakes up and says, what happened to my father will not happen to me. I'm going to change this storyline. Sometimes if you're not careful, history will repeat itself. Until someone says, no. I am reprogramming this thing.
Sure.
I'm changing this thing. That's the power of the present, where a person can look into the past and understand the past and understand yourself. You want to understand yourself? Understand your grandfather. Understand your father. Understand your uncles. What killed them? How long did they live? How many times did they marry? Did they go to jail? You may be shocked that you are walking footstep on what they did in the past. Therefore, when you understand the graves of your ancestors, you may understand the challenges of today. You're not listening to me, you guys. Are you hearing me? Now you're on wife number 3, wife number 4. What did your father do? What did your grandfather do? Until you understand what happened in the past, you may think that your present life is a horrible space. Meanwhile, it's just your lack of knowledge of yourself, which is lying in the graves. Now when you hear me talking, Now when you hear me talking in my old age, and I say never marry a woman, never marry a man, when you don't know and you have not seen their grandfather's graves. That's what I mean. Because when you look into their graves, you may know there's diabetes here. There was high blood pressure here. There was an accident here. This one was shot. This one died in a car. This one was what? The aunties, all of them never got married. They all came back home. Now you're going to marry the daughter, and all the aunties, they are returning residents. And you think that marriage will last? Now, these things are looking at you in the eye, but you're too busy in discourse, and you cannot see the things. Study the history to understand the present. The problems of today are the mistakes of yesterday.
Thank you.
And people say, I have nothing to do with history. I have nothing to do with history. Fool you are.
Fool we are.
Because history has never left you. History is written, and until you change it, it will be rewritten. That is default. You're struggling with the bald head. Did you apply for it?
No.
It is written in your DNA. There is no focal thing you can do about that. It is your inheritance. And your children also will have a bald head just like you. Okay, say next. I'm sorry to sound very derogative, but this is how strong history is.
Generational curse.
It's not a curse as such. Grass does not grow on a busy road. It's just... Understand your history so that you can understand yourself. Gentlemen, that's why sometimes I say knowledge of self is the highest form of education. Because you may spend time studying everybody and everything else. William Shakespeare, Napoleon Bonaparte, I want some motivation. Obama, I want some motivation. And you go about studying everybody else. Hey, come on guys. Look at yourself. Understand how you are wired and how you are twined. You may just find the answer staring you in the eye.
Yes.
Look at your totems. You are a nyati. You are a ndovu. You carry your tusks. You are a lion. You know, we fear nothing. We are masters of the jungle. We climb trees. We are sources of wisdom, announcers of the morning. We are the birds. We fly above everything else. We fear nothing. We are the zivas, the pools, the totems without surnames and totems without shadows. When you understand your background, you may find that you are twined again totemically with actually the tools that you need. That's why when our grandmothers say, oh, maita shoko, mukanya, vutijena, garamboko, when they say those things, they're not talking about me. They're talking about a monkey. But something in my blood begins to respond. That's how Africans, that's how we're wired. If a lion and your grandmother begins to thank a lion and is thanking you, come on, don't tell me you don't hear your hair and feel your blood and your spine begin to dance to a certain song within yourself when you have done something that is good. It tells you that your DNA responds better to the encoding of your system as an African child.
Where do you start?
That's your past, your information. That's your present. That is your future. Are you with me? The future is where we are going. On another day, I'll come and destroy this for you and tell you when you are ready. So the past, where we are coming from, the present is where we are. The future is where we are going. And I hope you can see the future is exactly where the sword and where the spear is pointing. We are championing our ways into the future. Now take note of this. Take note of this. You don't have to fear the future.
We have the past and the
As long as the past decisions are correct and the present decisions are enforced, you have already fixed tomorrow.
Jesus Christ.
If today you don't make the good choice, don't wait for tomorrow. Because there's not ayikho into ezoyenzekala ngakusasa ongayilungisanga namhla nayizolo. ungalungisi izolo,
Yebo.
ulungise nanamhla. Kusasa use right.
Amen.
Kusasa siyavuna ezikutshale namhlanje sakuthelela siyavuna ngokusasa. So the first thing on this thinking tool is, how do you as a black person understand your history, understand your present, and understand your future? On another day again, when I begin to use this stick for Christianity, many of you may begin to open up your eyes a bit wider. What were we before the white people came? What are we now?
I will show these are my
What will we be in the future? The introduction.
Okay.
What were we before the white people came?
Suda.
What are we now? Hey, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. Then I look here and I go like, really? Like you here? You are a Christian here. And here? What were you here? What was your past like? Therefore, you cannot say as an African, you are this as an intervention of the present, when it was not present in the past you are coming from. And you cannot say you are a Christian as much as you say you cannot be born to become a Christian.
Yeah.
You can't be. Because if Muslims had come here, all of you would be saying Salam Alaikum. If the Chinese were here, you'd be saying Sheshe. But because Christianity came through colonialism, hey, I'm a Christian. Why are you lying to me? You were colonized to become a Christian. Understand this as a colonial project. There are good things in Christianity. There are lots of bad things. That's a conversation for another day. But the past, the present, and the future. Yajigalento manji. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Follow me very carefully. These are world views. This is a compass. Number 1, knowledge systems of the West. Number 2, knowledge systems of the North. Number 3, knowledge systems of the East. Number 4, knowledge systems of the South.
Yeah.
So here is how we go about this. When you bring a subject to me, I answer it and I decide in what way will I answer it. And I have 7 answers before I answer you. Question number 1. What was it in the past? Question number 2. What is it in the present?
Yes.
Question number 3. What will it be in the future?
Yes.